Hey guys, it's Francisca. Thanks for joining me for your monthly tarot reading. So it is January 2021, and I usually pick a stone every year, at least for the last couple of years I have picked a stone for either what I want to bring in this year or what I feel like the energy of the year is. And last year I picked peacock ore, which is a stone of transformation, and it was definitely a year of transformation. 2020 was like a year of, things changing and breaking out the old and bringing in the new, and sometimes in not a very comfortable way. But this year I picked iolite, and iolite is a really great stone for introspection. It's a really great stone for spirituality, honesty, and wisdom, and also dignity. This stone is a really great stone to pair with when you're meditating the crown chakra and the third eye chakra. But specifically the crown chakra, because this helps you get connection to source, God, spirit, the universe, whatever it is that you call it, connection to that higher power, so that you can, through introspection, find your honesty, find your dignity, find that wisdom that's already inside of you. So I just wanted to kind of preface today's reading with the stone that I picked for the year. So as usual, I do have 3 readings for you to choose from. I am using Snow Quartz for the first reading, and Snow Quartz is a really great stone to balance your feminine energy, your yin and your yang. It's a really great stone for making sure that you are, being discerning and having patience and with mental clarity. So it's also a really great stone for meditating too. So this is a beautiful Snow Quartz stone for our first reading. Second reading, I'm going to be using banded Carnelian. So banded Carnelian is really great for the sacral chakra and the solar plexus chakra. This orangey color, any of the orange stones are really great for the sacral chakra. Really great for stabilizing, really great for motivation, for courage and creativity. Motivation is more the solar plexus chakra, whereas creativity comes from the sacral chakra, because the sacral chakra is all about your passion and processing your feelings and things like that. And so this really helps with courage and motivation. So if you do meditate with a smaller stone like this, you can place it on your sacral chakra or even your solar plexus chakra. And then the third reading, I'm going to be using one of my favorites, Blue Lace Agate, or Blue Lace Agate. I can never say it right. Anyways, this is a really great stone for throat chakra, communication, but also really calming energy, helping you to find the balance within a storm, helping you to find that place of calm and relaxing energy, even though things are a little nuts around you. And so it's a really great stone for communication. I do have a bracelet with Blue Lace Agate, which is one of my favorites to use to help balance my day out. And so let's get started with the first reading, which is our Snow Quartz reading. And I am going to be doing current energy, your focus, and spiritual guidance. I almost forgot because I did a different one last month. But anyways, let's see what the cards have in store for January if you pick the Snow Quartz reading. So for current energy, okay, focus, and the spiritual guidance. So it looks like you are definitely going to be balancing your yin and your yang energy, needing to find mental clarity and discernment. I love the way that this works because I picked the stones before I pull the cards, and so I think it's interesting how these stones kind of correlate with the reading, or maybe they influence the reading. Who knows? But for the current energy, you have 7 of Wands. And 7 of Wands is about standing your ground, speaking and knowing your truth. Like I said, the solar plexus is where we get our willpower, where we find our courage. And this lady is on meditation cushion, and she's meditating, and there are 7 wands that are coming at her. This is a card about protecting yourself, standing your ground, also sometimes being caught unawares. And when that happens, it doesn't feel very good to feel like, the rug gets pulled out from underneath you and feel like, you have to protect your home. You have to protect your livelihood. You have to protect what you've worked so hard for, your career, protect what is your passion. And, not caring about what other people are saying, but knowing your truth. And so your current energy may be on, feeling protective, feeling like you have to protect something that belongs to you, something that you've worked kind of hard for. For the focus, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and it is in the Shadow Seer side or the reverse side. And so this to me is telling me that your focus is on working very hard, like, overworking yourself, maybe because you're feeling this energy that you have to protect yourself. Because when this is upright, it usually means that you are planting seeds, and you're tilling the soil for those seeds that you've planted monetarily. And so maybe focusing on money by working a lot, or by working towards something that you have to protect. And there's nothing wrong with protecting what's yours. There's nothing wrong with standing your ground. But when you're working yourself so much that you don't see things that outside of these things that you have to protect, it could be detrimental to you. So definitely want to balance your energy this month. Take care of yourself. Get some sleep. Get some rest. Stand your ground, but also make sure you're taking care of yourself and you're not working yourself to sickness, to illness, because you do need rest to get those creative ideas flowing, to get those downloads from the universe, to balance and use some discernment and some patience in your day-to-day life. And then the guidance for you is the Tower. And so this can look like a really negative card because, there's lightning striking in the middle of the night, and there's chaos here, right? But it's through the chaos that we can get rid of those things that were built on a shaky foundation to begin with. This is a new level of awareness. This is making sure that you're seeing the light within that chaos. There's little animals here. There's butterflies that are flying out of the tree and stuff like that. So there's definitely some transformative energy going on here. Moving forward, stand your ground. Take care of yourself. Try not to work so much. And bringing in that self-awareness, finding the light within that chaos. Because it can feel uncomfortable, right? Our second reading, we have the Banded Carnelian. Again, really great for for motivation and creativity, courage, and solar plexus, and the sacral chakra really benefit when using that stone for meditation. So we're going to do current energy, focus, and spiritual guidance. All right. So current energy for you is King of Cups, and then we've got the Wheel for your focus, and then the Hierophant for your spiritual guidance. And so King of Cups has mastered his emotion. He's mastered the balance between the logic and the spiritual side of him and his emotions. He's been able to balance that. He's been able to sit calmly within the storm. So you see him in the middle of an ocean. There's a starfish. There's a gosh, I can't remember what it's called, but I have one of them. But a singing bowl, a Tibetan singing bowl, and he's just like, playing with it. And so he's been able to balance his creative energy with his spiritual energy and his emotions and his logic. Because cups are all about these emotions. They're all about, relationships and things like that. So your current energy is balancing your logic with your emotion. For the focus, it's the Wheel. Leaving things up to chance, leaving things up to luck, like moving within a circular motion. Another page is being turned because you've learned how to balance your emotions and your logic. there is a movement, a new cycle that's happening in your life, and you're focused on moving forward. You're focused on taking a chance, and you're focused on allowing life to send you where it needs to be unfolded, or allowing the universe to help you unfold your life, which then brings us to your spiritual guidance, the Hierophant. Connecting with your spirituality, connecting with your creativity, connecting with that motivating energy that comes from within. You know what is right for you, and you've been able to follow your heart and follow your gut. And this is definitely a card that's saying, yes, follow your light, follow that light within you, and connect to source energy, connect to your spirit, connect to your goodness, because you are good, you are whole, and you know that you are good and that you are whole. You know that life will unfold in the way that it needs to, and you know that you're connected. All right, and for our third and final reading, we are using the Blue Lace Agate. Again, a really great stone to help with throat chakra, to help with clear communication. It's also a really great stone to help with like anxiety and things like stress, and feeling calm in the midst of things that don't feel calm. So if you're having anxiety, this is a really great stone to have by your bed. If you're needing clear communication, it's a really great stone to also use for that. I personally use it in a bracelet, which I really love taking with me when I go to work, and also just to have on a daily basis, because, you know, clear communication is the greatest, right? You know, because when you can communicate clearly, then you can feel a lot better about yourself. At least I do. So let's see what is in store for you, or what the spiritual guidance is for you this month. Again, we're doing current energy and the focus, and then your spiritual guidance. So current energy for you is the 10 of Wands. And so this is a card about, you know, almost getting to the end of a journey. Maybe you've made this move in your career, or maybe you've made like even a physical move, like in your home, or something like you've moved from one home to the next. And you're almost at the end, but you're feeling like kind of burdened. You're feeling like, oh my gosh, like this has been a long journey. When is it going to end? When am I going to be done with this move? When am I going to be, you know, done with this outcome that I've been working really hard towards? And you're feeling really overburdened and really, gosh, like you're feeling like you're so bogged down, like there's so much going on, and you just want to get things over and done with. Because you've had that long journey, you've climbed that mountain, you've climbed down the bottom of the mountain, and now you're almost there, you're at the home stretch, but you're really feeling like you're tired. And so it's definitely feeling overburdened, but it's also asking you to ask for help. So your current energy might be that you're feeling overburdened. And the focus for you is on the Three of Cups. And so Three of Cups is all about community, building this relationship, sisterhood, or brotherhood. But it's all about building this community of support. And so if you need to ask for help, then the focus is, ask for that help, because there will be people there that will help you. Sometimes it's hard to ask for help. I know that it's hard to ask for help on a personal level, and it's so scary to put yourself out there and to say, hey, I need some help. And, you know, I don't know the type of help that I need, but I just feel like I'm so burdened by this thing that's going on. I had to do it last week, and I'm telling you, it was the scariest thing I've ever did, because I am so used to doing things by myself and being strong and just being that person that does not ever ask for help. But I got the greatest relief when I asked for help, and so many people came up to help me, and it was just so amazing to have a community of people that were willing to help me. And so I know that that's possible for me. And if it's possible for me, for somebody who was so introverted and really like, set in their ways, and, like, I'm going to do it myself because, I can only depend on me. Asking for help is difficult, but it is the focus in your reading. So it's definitely the universe is prodding you to ask for some help. And don't just ask for help from anyone. Ask for help from people that you know or feel like can support you. Because within that community of those people that can support you, they're going to bring some ideas to you that you didn't realize that will help relieve some of that burden for you and help you get to that end point a lot faster and a lot more seamlessly. And then for the spiritual guidance, it is a Nine of Swords. So this looks like a pretty devastating card, right? There's a lady who's sitting on the ground and she's crying, and there's all of these birds flying around the top of her. And so in this deck, the swords are represented by these crows, which can be a really scary feeling, right? But our swords in the tarot are all about the thoughts and logic. And, you know, thoughts and logic are great, but when we're getting stuck in them, when they're creating anxiety, it's not a really pleasant feeling, right? If you've ever dealt with anxiety, you know, there's so many thoughts and you can get really trapped in this pattern and this cycle of thought and fear and worrying about the future, and might be keeping you up at night. But the guidance is to see your fears and those illusions just as that. They're illusions. They can't really harm you. You know, these crows and birds aren't picking at her, but her head is she's just stuck in her anxiety. She's stuck in this place of fear. And it's about flipping your perception and finding some kind of thing to flip your perception into something that's more nurturing. Instead of being protective, maybe find this place of nurturing. You know, how can I honor myself? How can I step into showing up for myself? How can I find the light within me? Because all our thoughts and anxieties and these worrisome feelings, all that is a passing moment. If we can face them, they'll pass through us. Thoughts, you know, perpetuate with us, when we keep repeating them. And so I know from my personal life that anxiety doesn't feel really good when you're going through it, but if you can take a deep breath, if you can just slow it down and find a way to nurture, find a way to show up for yourself, find a way to move, ask for help from a supportive community, because you are almost there. You're almost at the end of that move and that journey and that stuff that you wanted to move towards. And so the guidance for you and the focus for you is asking for help from a rooted and safe community, seeing your fears for what they really are, which are illusions. And I'm glad that card flipped like this, because it's really not about this. It's about this, finding that truth inside of yourself. Again, I love how these stones, like when I pick these stones, I don't pick them based on the cards. I pick them based on the feeling that I'm getting for each of the decks or each of the stacks that I'm choosing for the readings. And then I love how the universe, source, spirit is always guiding us. It's always guiding me if I can listen to it, and it guides you if you listen to it too. If you can just take a deep breath, center yourself, focus on your breath, focus on those things that nurture you, flip the script, and find that one small piece, because I know sometimes it can be hard when you're in anxiety to find that light within you, but taking that deep breath, finding that mindful connection to yourself, and then you find that strength within you to ask for help from others, because there are people out there that do want to help you. So those are your readings for January. I hope that they resonate. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And if these readings did resonate for you, I'd love for you to hit the like button or subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And if you'd like to hear more from me, sign up for my newsletter. The information is in the description box below. You'll get weekly tarot readings as well as updates about my spiritual journey, because I know finding yourself and uncovering the truth of you, who you are, can sometimes be difficult to navigate. And so if you want to hear more from me, you can sign up for my newsletter. Again, the details are in the description box below. Till next time, bye.